I decided I wanted a little bit more dark stuff at the top. So I have here Daniel Smith Lunar Blue, which is one of my favorite granulating separating pigments. And I just want to get it into the top areas. I like the granulating I've got going on though, so I don't want to upset the textures too much. I'm hoping I can get it to spread with just a little bit tapped in like that. Up here I don't really have any granulating going on, so I'm just going to paint in with my brush. And a little bit more gold up there too. You can see I'm just going crazy with all this stuff. Really, I'm just enjoying the textures that this is all making, and whatever happens here when it dries should be interesting. It's giving me a lot more granulating than I anticipated, which I love. Now I'm going to let it dry. Here everything is dried now, and I really enjoy the textures that happened with this interplay of the very flowy watercolors and the thicker creaminess of gouache. We get these really interesting clumpy textures that happen because of that difference. You know, when I use watercolor metallic pigments, because the binder is the same as the watercolor, it's gum arabic, everything just flows homogeneously. But in this case it doesn't, because the gouache base is this much thicker, creamy sort of consistency. And so I'm able to get these really cool interplays of that. Anyway, I have sprayed this now with some fixative because I love the texture that's going on, and I want to paint on top of it, but I don't want to obliterate or smear the textures once that happens. And so I sprayed it with fixative, and now I've got some clear watercolor ground. Yes, this is clear, even though it looks very white. And I am going to take that and paint it over lightly. Because I sprayed the fixative not terribly thick, and so I don't want to accidentally get rid of my granulating with too heavy a hand. Even watered down, the watercolor ground will serve its purpose of fixing everything down and becoming a surface that you can paint on. It doesn't have to be super thick. And the reason I did this is because the fixative means that I can't paint watercolor on top, because the watercolor will be repelled by the surface that the fixative has created. But this will open it up again to the use of watercolors. So there we go, just a thin layer of that, and once it dries, I can do watercolors on it.